Hi, Toby here, Nutrishop Sarasota, and we're almost open. It's exciting. You see behind me, the shelves are all stocked. We are ready to go, just waiting on a couple of permits. In the meantime, I decided to start on my tutorials. Been in this business for 25 years, since 1998, and I am, and a lot of people have, some knowledge of protein and other supplements. Some people have no knowledge, but know they need them. Some people have a lot of knowledge. Some people have the wrong knowledge. There's a lot of information out there on the internet. And most people have an agenda. Difference here is I can sell whatever brand I want. So I tend to bring in, I curate this place. So I want to bring in the brands that I feel are the best for me and my clients. I take all of these supplements. I definitely lift a lot of weight. So I'm kind of a gym rat. So recovery and repair and all that stuff is important. So we're going to talk about protein today because a lot of people have a misconception of protein, and it is a foundational supplement, meaning that the one thing that builds muscle mass is amino acids, right? There's a lot of contributing factors, but if you don't have enough amino acids present, your body's not going to build. It needs to super compensate for what was broken down, remake that muscle bigger and stronger, and it does that by taking amino acids from protein. It takes protein apart, takes them into these individual amino acids, reconfigures it, puts it where it needs to go. Chest, back, biceps, tries, but wherever you did work, that's what gets repaired and recovered. A little bit more every time, as long as you have enough amino acids in your system. Easy way to get amino acids is protein. So a lot of people do that. They take protein shakes. It's an easy way instead of eating more meat. Some people just can't, or they want to just not eat as much meat. Protein shakes are great. Okay, so you got whey concentrate, whey isolate, micellar casein, all the caseins. What are the differences, right? So I'm going to go over that in a second. But first, regarding that class of protein, I want to talk about labels. When you read the labels on any kind of whey-based protein, you want to make sure that it says cross-flow, microfiltered, or cold processed before each ingredient, as far as the whey or casein is concerned, right? What that means is that the milk is processed and these proteins are extracted in a way that doesn't use heat. So that is huge because heating up protein denatures it. You probably heard you don't want to overcook your meat because it damages it. Same principle with protein shakes. If they overheat it, it denatures and now it's pretty much useless, right? You're talking like 30-40% of what you think you're getting in the bottle, that's what you're getting. When I had a supplement company and they asked me what kind of whey I wanted in my protein, I didn't know what that meant. Whey concentrate, whey isolate. They're like, well, what grade? Which is what that grade, right? So it comes with like 85% WPC or whey protein concentrate down to I think 25 or 30% WPC. So that means if you're getting 40% WPC out of the bag that you get at the the big box store, and you think it's a good deal, but it's 40% WPC, that means that you're getting 40 grams of protein for every 100 grams you think you're getting and you're paying for. And that's a problem, right? So you want to make sure that it says cold processed, microfiltered, cold processed or microfiltered or cross-flow filtered. Those three things are what to look for. All the proteins that I recommend, I have a bunch that I don't necessarily recommend, but people like them, so I have them. But the ones that I recommend are cold processed. They're all cross-flow, microfiltered, and cold processed. So moving on, whey protein. Why is that important? It's a very small peptide, so your body absorbs it very quickly. So when you ingest that, those amino acids get in your system very fast, within 20 minutes. But within about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, it has what they call a high gastric emptying rate. So those amino acids are gone. They've been digested and they're out. Now, casein, on the other hand, is slower. It takes longer to get to the system, so it's not nearly as fast as whey, but when it does, it sticks around for a longer time. So you have a 4 to 6 hour gastric emptying rate with casein. So what they say is to take protein after your workout when you want fast protein, and take casein before bed. That works out really well, but it's difficult because now you're buying two different proteins, takes up more room on the shelf, it's a lot more expensive, you have to figure out which one you're going to time. If you're meticulous about your nutrition, or you're a bodybuilder, your contest, you're doing contests, things like that, and you want to, then that's a good strategy. You have your whey protein for when you need it because you're getting plenty of food, so it's not that important. You're always going to have some amino acids present. So whey protein's great, get that shot, and then you take your casein before bed because it's longer lasting. Cool. However, there's an easier way to do it, and this is the one I do personally because I don't. It's a lot easier and it's a lot more cost effective, and that's taking the blended proteins. So these are the main blended proteins that I have. I have quite a few, but these are the ones I recommend most often. The whey, casein, and egg. So 7 different sources of protein because it's hydrolyzed whey, whey isolate. I'll just explain it to you in the store. But 7 sources of whey, casein, and egg. This is 3 sources, so 2 sources, whey and casein, 3 sources total. So what does that mean? Well, they're both whey and caseins. So either one of these is going to absorb a lot faster because it has the whey, but then they're also going to stick with you for a longer period of time. So basically, in effect, you're taking both of these at the same time. You get the benefits of both. Post-workout, you get that fast dump of whey protein. You also get the benefit of that extended gastric emptying rate of the casein, so you have that trickle of amino acids, like a time-released effect. before bed, you get the fast dump of whey, which is awesome, but then you also have the casein. So you get the benefits of both worlds, plus it's a little more inexpensive to buy them when it's, quite a bit more inexpensive actually, to buy them in a combination. So blended proteins with whey and casein and egg, or just whey and casein, those are awesome. So we talked about whey and casein. Now let's move on. So if you have a preference or an allergy or whatever, and you don't want to have any animal-based proteins, we have vegetable-based proteins that are options. They used to be extremely disgusting. I mean, horrible, like very grainy, and the taste was not good at all. They've come a long way with flavoring systems, so there's a lot that we have that do taste well, very good. Trailhead makes one that's awesome. That's one I usually recommend. We just got this one in too, Veg Pro. So these are vegetable-based proteins, which usually consists of pea and rice as your base. There's potato protein, cranberry protein. People put hemp protein, so all kinds of different vegetables that they'll extract amino acids out, put them here. That is something people do when they have allergies to animal-based proteins, or they just have a preference. Amino acid-wise, we're omnivores. We cleave amino acids better from animal-based sources than we do from plant-based sources. Does that mean vegetable-based proteins are not good for you? No, you're definitely going to absorb them and use them, and that's all great. Just not quite as efficiently as you would with animal-based proteins. But I went through phases with my stomach because I have some issues, IBS and whatnot. This has helped with those things, so I go back and forth. So vegetable-based proteins is a good option. However, there's another choice. If you don't want milk-based proteins and you don't want vegetable-based proteins, you have animal-based proteins. And out of the two, I would probably just stick with this. And this is, when I say animal, I mean like meat. Eggs, which is not necessarily meat, but it's chicken, hydrolyzed beef, eggs. Those are the ones that they typically use in a meat-based or a non-vegetarian, non-whey-based protein. And that is also, they're pretty biologically efficient. Your body can absorb them pretty well. The taste on both of these is not as good as it's going to be with whey and casein. It just is what it is. They have different taste flavor profiles. They're definitely palatable compared to previous years. The flavoring system has come a long way. All right, guys, so we got a little tutorial on proteins, how to read labels, what to look for, what are your goals. When you come into my shop, this is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to ask you what your goals are. We're going to find out what would work best for you. And I like to explain things to my customers. Again, I have 25 years of experience doing this, so since 1998, and I love it, and I do it for fun. So I, not only professionally, so I read a lot. So I want to, and I also take pretty much everything I'm recommending to you, almost actually everything I'm recommending to you, I've either taken or I do take. I mean, I take a lot of supplements because I like to cycle things and try things out, and it's fun. So teach a person to fish, don't give them a fish. That's my motto. So I'm going to help you out when you come in here. And if I talk too much, just say, hey, I got to go. All right. Hey, guys, thanks for listening. Have a great day. Bye.